Hey guys, it's Klutch. I'm going to bring you another video here today. This one is going to be the one that you guys decided to create the decks for me, and we're going to see how that turned out. Most of these battles that I did today are against level 11s, so I did overpower them. It was a lot of fun for me. So some of these techniques that I may be using, you might not necessarily be able to use, but it's all in good fun. So let's see how these battles turned out. Alright, so this first deck we have here is Fire Spirits, Elite Barbarians, Goblin Barrel, Miner, Princess, Inferno Tower, Zap, and Ice Golem. We're going to test this one out and see how well we did. So I had my Princess on defense, and I saw he had the minion horde coming in, so I put the Ice Golem so it would distract all the minions and have their health after he exploded, and the Princess could wrap it up afterwards. Didn't really have much else to do here, so I dropped my Elite Barbarians, and I'm going to follow them up with the Ice Spirits and kind of just not really worry about that Princess right now so I can see what exactly he's got going on here. I'll put the Miner to defend the Princess now since I can see that I have my Elite Barbarian open on his tower, and my Miner will just kind of go clean up the work. A lot of this has to do with me just over-leveling him, but either way, it's still fun. And it's good techniques. Right here is a clear case of over-leveled Zap versus level 11 minions. So right here, he's giving me the wows, the laughing face. He kind of knows that it's a mix of well played and just overpowered. So he's already pretty much given up, but I think he still kind of wants to play a little bit of defense as to not get 3-crowned. As I noticed right here, when he puts the Furnace and the Inferno Tower all down, right as I drop my troops to kind of end things and speed this battle up. But since he didn't actually want to do that, so I'll put the Miner on his tower to kind of just chip away the damage with the Goblin Barrel right on top. With all that heading in, I'll put the Princess, the Fire Spirits, the Ice Golem. I'll take out his troops and just completely shut down his tower at this point. So this deck was honestly one of my least favorites out of the bunch, just because I felt like there wasn't a good combination of troops and spells. This next deck includes the Electro Wizard, the Baby Dragon, Graveyard, Poison, Knight, Bowler, Skellies, and Tornado. Now, this next person that we're playing is Steve. Yeah, I think it's Steve. But I'm not a personal fan of the Poison spell or the Bowler. No particular reason. Maybe it's just because I get beat by them, but I don't really like them, so I don't use those cards much. So this is the first time I've used either of those two cards in a really long time. Now we start off with splitting the skeletons, and we put the Knight in the back, and we use the Baby Dragon to defend the Barbarians coming in, and we use the Electro Wizard to kind of help clean it up. So we have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. here coming in, so we'll put the Bowler to defend him while the Baby Dragon takes care of the Furnace. Since we have the Bowler coming in, we're going to follow that up here soon with the Graveyard once the tower locks on. We'll defend the Goblins with the Skeletons since they will do a fine job at distracting, and the Goblins will never actually reach the tower for one positive elixir trade. We use the Baby Dragon again to defend the Barbarians since it does decent splash damage. And we'll follow it up with the Knight since they'll just barely get to the tower. And at this point, his Baby Dragon is locked on my Knight, so my Baby Dragon can do damage to his, and I can follow it up with a Poison spell since I know the Furnace is coming in shortly. I don't know if you can all tell, but I just got my brand new mic in today, and I'm more than happy to have my mic here. Makes my audio sound so much better. Yeah, I'd be fine if you all just unsubscribed now, because that was awful. But hey, gotta have fun with it every once in a while, right? Right, guys? Just kidding. All right, back to the match. So now that neither of us have any troops down on the field, we'll just build our elixir back up. I have one more Poison spell to take out his tower on the left-hand side. So at this point, we're going to start working on the right hand. We're going to put the Graveyard down to kind of draw other troops out to see what he gets down, kind of distract his attention. So I had to make a small cut in the film right there just because I didn't realize until just now that I got a text message from my boss actually in the middle of this battle. Again, I forgot to turn off iMessage, but leave in the comments if you noticed that I skipped part of the battle. So with less than 30 seconds left, we'll put the poison on his tower to take it out. We'll just kind of defend and distract all of his troops here. We'll tornado his barbarians back, and we'll cluster up the goblins in it since the tornado should pretty much kill it, and we'll defend with the bowler. He did very well, but in the end, Steve couldn't pull off the W. So this next deck that we used is more of a traditional zap bait. It's got the miner, the goblin barrel, the inferno tower, the log, princess, the skarmy, zap, and the minion horde. Tomorrow I will be hosting a small 200-man tournament as a thank you for anyone that actually made it this far in my video. It will be under the name of Klutch Royale with the password BBB123, and that will be hosted at 3 p.m. my time, which is UTC -5. You can look at world time zone to figure out what time that might be for you. So hopefully all of you made it this far in the video and can see that there's a tournament going on. I will still be hosting the 1,000-man tournament once we hit 500 subscribers. We're getting a little closer every day, but either way, we're going to do this 200-man for now, and as soon as we hit 500 subscribers, we will host the 1,000-man. And I was thinking about doing a 1,000-man tournament every 500 subscriber milestone that we hit. So let's see how many we can get, guys. At this point, he's done some damage to my tower just from his elite barbarians alone. But now that I realize that he's one of those players that just drops elite barbarians at the bridge, I know how to defend him at this point. So we'll just kind of build our elixir, split our minion horde in the back, see what he does from here. After he fireballs the right-hand minions, I will send my miner on the left just to cause an annoyance to him. And we'll wait and see what he does. I'll use my log here to take care of his guards. I'll drop my princess here to kind of clean up everything else while we wait and build a little bit more elixir. I'll throw my goblin barrel on his tower to kind of just keep him on his toes. Since he's used his zap, I know he can no longer use his zap against my skarmy, so I'm protected at this point if he does drop his elite barbarians. I'll use my minion horde to take out his ice wizard and any other troop he decides to put down to defend his tower. I'll put my miner on the damaged tower already to kind of chip away at what's remaining. And since I really don't have much of another play at this point, I'll put my inferno tower and wait for his hog rider. Now I'll use my skarmy and my princess to take out everything that's coming in. And since he zapped my skarmy, I know my goblin barrel should be able to get some damage on his tower. He uses his guards to defend my goblin barrel, so I'll wait until they get a little closer and log everything that he drops back and use the inferno tower to take out his hog rider. I'll zap everything else so he doesn't do too much damage, and at this point I will wait and split my minion horde once again and put the goblin barrel on his tower, just a little bit of in front. That way I don't become too predictable with my placements, so he can't predict exactly where I'll put my troops every time. It's a good technique to use with not only the goblin barrel, but with the miner as well. I'll send my miner in to do a little bit of chip damage while defending all his incoming troops here with the log, the zap, and the inferno tower. Now at this point my sister texts me, but I don't really have to delete that one since there's no actual name in there. With 51 damage left on his tower, I know as long as I can defend anything he sends at me and get a log or a zap on his tower, I should have the win. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a like or subscribe, and I hope you all enjoyed the 200-man tournament that I'm hosting tomorrow.